Now I know this looks like a mess, okay, but basically what it is my same dual timer with an on-off switch. It's a dual timer, and I had to modify some things and build a bunch of stuff up here. This here is a pulse generator to get it kick started. This here is the piston attached to an RLS NOR latch to break the signal, and here's how it works. Basically I can turn it on and kick start it, and it will just go back to normal the way it was, and it's going through the two timers. I've adjusted the timers to make them shorter for testing purposes. It turns it on, goes to the short timer, it turns it off, goes to the long timer, just like normal. And then when I shut it off, shut the signal off, all that switch does is it takes the power from this comparator. So now this pulse from the pulse generator over here goes through the comparator into this RS NOR latch, turns it on, turns this piston up, so that breaks the signal. And then it goes, the same pulse goes down here and resets the, anyway, that's it. We're going to kick start it again and see if it works. Of course it'll work. It just turns it right back on, you know, and it goes, puts this piston back down so it completes the circuit. It kick starts it with this pulse generator here, and we're going to show how to build this in a second. In case you forgot how to build this little timer, let's go ahead and build it. Start out with these hopper timers. You're going to put them, you're going to go counterclockwise so that they will end up going clockwise like that. They're just going into each other just like that. So far you've got that, and then what you want to do is put stand on top of it and put these facing out on the left side there. These are comparators, and they're going to go into a block. So each one of these is going to have a block, and then we're going to put a dab of redstone on each one of these, just like that. Here's what I did before. I'm going to change this. I'm going to turn this into a pulse generator, adding this stuff. And this was my pulse generator, and we're going to do something similar. This has to be a T flip-flop real quick, and this T flip-flop consists of just a block with a repeater, not a comparator, silly, block there and a torch there and two repeaters. And now that locks that thing, and this is a bunch of redstone here. Goes like that into there, and this yeah, this goes in this comparator here, and the redstone will go into to here, so it'll only go one way. We'll put our things there, and we'll have a redstone block here, and that'll push it either way. And into the sticky piston we have another one of those T flip-flop things, like that, and torch, another T flip-flop there. These have to be set for 1 tick or they will not work. Wham. And now we've got short timer we're going to build here. I had 17 of these total. I don't have that many now, or I might have more. I'm not going to set the timer on these. I'm going to leave it off because whoops, that's just redstone there. I'll set a few of these to delay, but you know, there's no need to, because well, there's just no need to. Anyway, That's that. That's that. Okay, now let's just switch this back and forth with that T flip-flop there, and I think that's it. That's pretty much your dual timer. And in order to start it up, alright, we should just be able to put some items in this hopper. We put usually more, but I'm making these timers really short, so I'm gonna put an 8. That'll race around in a short timer. Yeah, there you go. Now it's cycling through both timers. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build an on-off switch. The first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this. Put a different kind of pulse generator there, and this is so that I can get lower. I don't have stuff up, you know. If I have a bunch of sandstone up, it'll interfere with the sandstone on top. So this is the 1.5 version sandstone this is the 1.5 version featuring the comparator. So that'll create a pulse. Get it working, and that'll do the same thing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start bringing this up all at once, and I'm going to go up with it. I'm going to go over with it, and this is the whole thing. This is a comparator, and when the power goes on, it'll shut that comparator off. Alright, so we have a strong signal to the side of that comparator, and what we'll do is put this up so it's up out of the way and doesn't interfere with that one. Temporary switch. Okay, that's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to channel this off to the side. NOR latch just like that. This is the one I like. It's got some repeaters going on. It's not like one of those cheapies that it's ultra compact. A thing that'll go to, we don't need that there, that's redundant. Set up a sticky piston. When that goes down, it'll go there. Let's fix that. I have to change some of this stuff, so it'll go there. But I didn't need to take that out. That was unnecessary. So now it should that should determine what the signal is there. Kill one of those wires. There we go. That's how to reset an RS NOR latch. Just kill the hot wire and put it back down, and now it's in its proper state. And we're almost done here. All we gotta do is while I'm here, I'm gonna channel this down. This should be okay. And this, actually, here, let's be really compact. Gotta avoid that junk. Oh, let's be real daring. They're almost touching there. So let's, there we go. Now this is going to be our new output. So this will be our new output. And let's just say we got, let's just do this. Alright, that'll work. So that's our dispenser. And what else do we lack here? We're almost done with this. Let's get rid of some of this junk that we don't need. Man, I really simplified this. I'm kind of happy with that. With the whole simplification of this. This will also be our input to this RS NOR latch here. It's going to go a little high there because I got to avoid that piston. And it's only going to go one way, so we're going to make sure it only goes one way by putting this there. And that's going to hit the RS NOR latch when it's time to do that. And now I've got to develop a method to reset this thing. And that's going to be a now, I mean, I know I'm not making this the same as I did, but I'm not stressing about that, you know. It's not. I'm just gonna make it different every time, whatever, you know. Alright, now we're gonna make this pulse generator. This can only go one way. We better put another one here just to make sure the single's strong. That should work right there. Get rid of extra stuff. Alright, now it's off. Let's see if it works. If I do this, and this is just, this switch can go out anywhere. You know, I'm just putting it here because it's a pretty good view right here. So far so good. It went into the long timer, shut the water off like it's supposed to. Going back. Turn it on. Short timer, turn it off. Looks like everything's working good so far. Let's make sure. Right. Okay, now I can turn it off anytime. It doesn't matter where it's at in the cycle. Because all it'll do is shut that comparator off. And now the whole thing's shut down and the water is off. I wouldn't flip this thing back and forth too fast because I don't know what it'll do. Okay, right. It had some stuff to finish doing there. But it finished there. It cut the circuit off. Everything's back to normal. What? What's going on? What's going on, guys? That's not supposed to happen. Jeez. Jeez, man. Alright, sorry about this, folks. I told you wrong here. This T flip-flop here has to be moved because it cannot go through there again, and that's because that's going to make a double signal and just mess it all up. So what we'll have to do, I guess, is move this back. Yeah, I moved it back one space, and then what we're going to do is put a repeater in there, and that's all that's going to do. Okay. That's just gonna, that's just gonna keep the signal from going back there. It'll hit the T flip-flop from here and go through, but if it hits it from here, then it will only hit the T flip-flop, and it will not go through into the timer. And that's how to do that. Okay, hold on a second, we're ready for that. Yeah, like that. And that should work. That should work just fine. It's just we had to really jack the whole thing up. Here. Let's make sure we... Oops. Yeah. That's going like that. We gotta... That'll all work. All that'll work. Alright. Let's go ahead and give it a try now. Made a little clock. That's funny. Anyway. Just jump start it. And there she goes. Only the problem is we have a problem here. We just have to reverse this real quick. Set correctly. Okay, water, short timer. Shut the water off, long timer. Everything should be working fine. Now let's shut it off. Shut it off anytime. Breaks the signal. Turns the water off. Basically shuts everything down. Turn it back on. Should kickstart it there. Shut the water off. Go into the long timer. Turn the water off. Everything's back to normal. So that's how you turn this thing off, on and off. If you like to have another look at it, here it is. Basically the signal just goes in here and keeps this, doesn't really do anything here, doesn't do anything here. It keeps this comparator off so that whenever the pulse comes through, it doesn't do anything. See, there's the pulse, doesn't do anything. So all we're doing now is flipping the switch, shutting that comparator off so that it will go through. It'll go ahead and send a pulse to turn the water on. It'll also send a pulse to reset this T flip-flop there, and it will, the same pulse goes in this RS NOR latch to shut it off so that this piston retracts, breaking the circuit. This, see the pulse generator pulses, turns everything on. Turns this RS NOR latch on through this circuit here, and everything's good to go again. That's how to turn this dual timer on and off. And if you like it to, you can just break this one here to, now when you shut it down, it'll be on the long timer cycle. Yep, there you go. Okay, now it's shut down on the long timer cycle where the water is off, and all I had to do to adjust that is just break that circuit there.